you looking for?
Well, we'll take anything that's an assistive technology device. We'll be happy to take it and try to get it working again, and get it and make it part of our library. The biggest source of donations for us, though, are computers. We have a computer refurbishing program where we just try to get people with disabilities a computer so that, like, these keyboards make sense. There's some, they can actually get online. A person with a disability is the least likely among us to actually own a computer and know how to use it. So, imagine trying to go through life in this day and age, go to school or try to find a job if you don't know how to use it.
Why is that a person with a disability is the least likely among us?
Two reasons. It's socioeconomic. It's one of the poorer stratas of the socioeconomic realm, and it's also just the fact that there are physical barriers that the world isn't necessarily set up for them to easily use a computer. And a big portion of what we do is focused on the computer, and how do you get people actually being able to fully utilize the power of the computer, which is so important in every aspect of life.
So you're interested in every aspect of the computer, the hard drive, the monitor, the keyboard,
everything but printers.
Everything.
We don't take printers, but
well, they're like turntables
right
now.
we will accept donations of computers and any ancillary device, mice, keyboard, anything like that,
okay.
Speakers. All of that is very beneficial to us. We use OSU students who are incredible in their ability to understand how to fix a computer, and we get those out to people with disabilities. We've really worked hard over the last couple of years to get our waiting list down. It's down only now to a couple of months where you'll be able to sign up for a computer. There's some forms you have to fill out and verify that you're a person with a disability, but it's been a wonderful program. It's a program that has really helped change people's lives. The stories we get back for people that get their first computer, and you don't know what you don't know until you get online. So it's been probably the best thing that we do to have a real impact directly on Ohioans with disabilities.
Let's talk about some of the assistive technology that you brought here today. Starting with, is there something here that helps people who have small motor movement problems?
Well, if there was a Hall of Fame for assistive technology, the Big Keys keyboard would probably be a charter member. It solves so many keyboarding problems for people with disabilities.
And these are just bigger keys.
That's all they are. They don't necessarily look like it, but they're 4 times the size of a regular keyboard. A regulation keyboard like the one you have or the one most people have, sometimes if it has its own number, has over 100 keys. Sometimes 104, 105 keys. That's too many. They're too small. And so Big Keys keyboards are just keyboards that are... The keys are 4 times larger than a regulation keyboard. They color code them so that they are, here are the vowels here based on the frequency of use. And it's so many times that's all they need. If they're having trouble keyboarding, you just bring them a Big Keys keyboard, and it increases their accuracy, decreases their error rate, and it's just something that sometimes that's really all that's needed. It's just something that they can type on that they don't make as many mistakes.
You're listening to Tech Tuesday on All Sides with Dan Fisher. My guest is Bill Darling of the Assistive Technology of Ohio, AT Ohio, talking about assistive technology for people who already have disabilities, all different kinds of disabilities. You name it. 614-292-8513 is the number to call if you have a question for Bill Darling. As far as the color coding on the keys, can you explain that a little more? They're green, red, yellow.
Well, I know the yellows are the vowels.
Okay.
And the others are based on the frequency of use. I think the red ones are the next frequent. I don't really know what the green and white are, but they do it because if you know that that's what color it is, then it helps you find it more quickly.
Okay. And then the cursor arrows are, instead of hiding them on the keyboard like they do for the standard keyboard, these are very visible.
And there are fewer functions on a Big Keys keyboard. They've eliminated the ones that people don't use very often. There are keyboards that have those added back in, but
how much does a keyboard like this cost?
Normally it runs about $175.
Okay, so not too bad, but you can get a keyboard for practically nothing nowadays.
Practically nothing, but this is a specialized product. But that's actually not too bad. And there are other similar type devices that don't cost quite as much.
Okay, tell us what else you brought in today.
Well, one of the things that always surprises people when I do presentations is a bad keyboard, which is just really a black box with seven buttons on it that looks unusable. It doesn't look like it makes any to people that have functional use of one hand. And you would not know how to use it without training, but the training doesn't take very long, and you just place your hand on it, and one of the sets is used for your thumb. The three devices, the three buttons, red, blue, and black, you can select one with your thumb and a different combination with your other fingers. And people get incredibly proficient at typing just using that. And if it's just maybe a half hour of typing, it's a half hour of training, it's amazing how proficient you can become at typing. It's something that looks like it's not even possible, but it is actually a much more efficient way to type one-handed than other keyboards that are set up with the visual keys and everything looking what you're looking for.
So there's only 7 keys on it. 3 of them are for the thumb alone. Right. How, for instance, if I push down one key, what happens? I mean,
well, it would be all based on the chart that you have to learn. I mean, every letter, capitalized and otherwise, every number, every punctuation is just a different combination of these 7 buttons. And you can, if you plug it into a computer and you have the thing, it doesn't take long to actually learn how to. It's kind of based on a stenography system.
Okay.
And for what's surprising to people is that it's probably the last thing you would choose if you were just looking at it to learn to type one-handed. But after you've tried them all, it's probably the one you would go with, because it's just so much easier once you learn the system of how to create the letters and other things you need to create.
Charlotte in Columbus, you're on the air. Hi, Charlotte.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for taking my call. I have a neighbor about next street over. The child has a learning disability. Is it possible to bring the child to let them look at the device and see what works for them? It's not an obvious physical disability. It's a learning disability of some sort.
Well, it is possible. We do take appointments, and people are welcome to come in and check out our devices. There are other organizations here in town like O'Calley that are focused more on children in schools and learning disabilities. So what we may end up doing is coordinating with another organization that we think would be more targeted towards a child's needs. But we absolutely love it when people come in and have fun with our devices, and it actually is a great way to at least get an initial idea of what's helping, and then you can take the device home. You can actually take more than one device home, and you have them for 30 days free of charge. So it's a wonderful program, and a great way to do it is to come in. That's really only available for people that are local, however, and we are a statewide program. So.
O'Calley is?
It's the Ohio Center for Autism and